What's up, guys? It's Coach Matt with our final workout of the week. It is Dork. It is a hero and it is a benchmark. It is one that I very much like. We have done several times, right? So let's get into the warm-up. 3 minutes of your choice warm-up pace cardio, and then I want you to get a couple rounds through. As we go through, you can start working on some jumping rope. You can work on some kettlebell swings as well. But I want you to do some hopping, so linear and then lateral line hops. I want you to practice striking the ground with your feet, not just jumping and landing, but trying to pop the ground, forward, reverse on the first round, lateral or side to side on the second round. So we're just loosening up, getting springy, getting resilient with the lower extremities, the calf, ankle, and Achilles. Drinking bird is next, so we're practicing that hip hinge in a slow, controlled manner, but this should be the same sensation that you get at the bottom of the kettlebell swing, right? When you coil into that spring-loaded hamstring and glute stretch at the bottom of the kettlebell swing. Next one is heel toe rocks. So just pulling the toes up and then pushing the toes down. And then a handful of somersaults. And you can do backwards somersaults, you can do forward somersaults, but somehow, some way, I want you to get some rolling in. If you want to do some log rolls and that is your limit of comfort on this, that is totally fine. But make sure that you get just a little bit dizzy, stress your vestibular system a little bit. It will pay off in the long run in your ability to respond to varying shifts in your horizon, such as like slipping on some ice or tumbling, falling off of a couch or anything that you might have happen to you. You will be better prepared to respond to it if your vestibular system gets regular exercise, just like your muscles, just like your heart, just like your lungs, okay? All right, now we'll have our kettlebell, we'll have our jump rope, and we'll have burpees. So Dork is 6 rounds for time. It's gonna start with 60 double unders. If you wanna do singles, it's 2 for 1 singles. Double under is 1 jump, 2 spins of the rope, right? And I would say this is a fine one to practice your double unders on, but just recognize that if you don't have really well greased double unders, that this one can actually lower the intensity of your workout by stopping you, right? Every time you trip on your jump rope and you have to stop and reset, it kills your momentum and it slows down your intensity and it limits the cardiorespiratory and metabolic impact of the workout. So just consider that before you say like, I am committing to only double unders this workout, right? Maybe it could be okay if you practice double unders for a minute and wherever you're at, you finish the balance of them with singles, okay? That would be a wonderful substitute if you're like on the fence. Do I have double unders or do I not have double unders, okay? Next one is 30 reps of a kettlebell swing. So these are the American swing from the hips all the way to the overhead position. Watch the overhead position that we don't arch your back or hyperextend your back in order to get the arms overhead. But ideally, the finished position of the American kettlebell swing is with the arms in line with the body and the kettlebell pointed straight up overhead with a neutral spine, right? That is the finished position, as opposed to like out here like this with the kettlebell not coming up all the way over my head, right? And then the last one is 15 burpees. So starting from my athletic stance, dropping all the way to the ground, chin, chest, and thighs all touching the ground like I'm laying down, and then back to my standing position and I jump and clap. So part of the burpee is jumping, my feet leave the ground with my arms over my head, preferably clapping at the same time. You don't have to clap loud, but you should reach up and touch your hands together, okay? 6 rounds for time of that sequence. And as always on Saturdays, if you're just not feeling it or if you're just in the mood for a shorter workout, just say like, hey coach, I'm just gonna do 3 rounds and call it good today. Or like, I have a huge weekend planned with lots of activity and I don't wanna be wrecked from it. Because a lot of times these Saturday workouts can be the last bits of your energy for the week, right? And if you go and hammer this thing now and then you gotta do yard work or some family activity or whatever all weekend and you're gonna be tired and sore, maybe you just wanna dial it back a little bit. That is totally fine. You guys are all adults. You can make adult decisions, but you have to sleep with yourself at night and you have to look at yourself in the mirror and you will be the only one that knows if you really wimped out and you just said like, I don't feel like doing something hard today, so I didn't do something hard today, but you really should have, right? And this is, let me just be the voice of your conscience of like, do the right thing for your body, whether it is backing off or whether it is leaning into it and really hammering one out today, all right? That's it for today, it for this week. I'll see you next Monday.